I've always struggled to find my purpose in life, and with me finishing my studies with no idea what to do next, I felt lost. Everyone around me had their life planned out. All my friends were entering schools and making big decisions which would impact their entire career. I was at an intersection with 100 different paths, and they all didn't seem right. That was the moment I discovered the importance of having a purpose. Life is short. We hear that all the time. They say you only have 80, 90 years to live, but have you actually realized how long that is? Recall everything you've been through, your entire life so far, your entire childhood, school life, your weird phase where you play 1 hour of video games every day. Don't lie, we all did that. For most of us, that's only 25% of our life. Life is long. We have to plan for a marathon, not a sprint. To get through our 80 to 90 years, we must have a clear plan to follow. A successful leader must plan his work and work his plan. A leader who moves by guesswork, without practical, definite plans, is comparable to a ship without a rudder. Sooner or later, he will land on the rocks. Most people say that life will come to you, give you a path. Sure, this happens to some people, but what about the rest of us? If life doesn't give you a map, you must make one yourself. I've seen many people spend years in school for a chance to get a job that pays a couple hundred more every month. They don't like the job, they are overworked, they don't have time to spend the money, and they could lose their job at any time. With AI now, anything is possible. That's why it's important to find your passion, your purpose, your driving force. So when you face hardships, which you will, you're able to keep going because you found the thing that feels right. This is my first time recording a video and it's extremely hard, but it feels right, so I'm gonna get through this. Then the problem is, how do you find your purpose? In a society that expects you to choose a career before you choose a car, how do you find the one thing that actually resonates with you? Imagine you're in a Mr. Beast video. You walk into a room full of plastic cups. Mr. Beast says, "In one of these cups there's $1 million," and leaves the room. How do you find the $1 million? You go to the first cup and flip it over. If it's not there, you go to the next one and flip that over, again and again. Same goes with life. If you don't know what to do, the best way to start is to try things one by one. Flip over a cup. If there's nothing in it, flip over another. People think that if you sit around and wait, your purpose will just automatically show up. But nothing will happen if you don't flip over the cups. What's the lesson here? How can we implement this into our lives? 5 steps to finding your purpose. I was actually thinking of calling this the purpose perception method, but I think that's cringe. So if you want to steal it, go ahead. This method helped me go from feeling absolutely lost to waking up every day at 5 AM with a plan. If it could work for an introverted ex-degenerate gamer like me, who can't even talk on camera without pausing to look at the script, it could work for you too. Think of what you wanted to do as a kid. What do you want to be when you grew up? Actually take a second to remember. For me, my dream was to be an astronaut. I loved the vastness of space and how magnificent it was, but over time I convinced myself it wasn't possible, that I could never survive the physical capabilities needed during a rocket launch. While saving myself, I killed my dream. That's what growing up is in this society, labeling your dreams as too ambitious and coming back to reality. But what's stopping you from becoming who your 5-year-old self wanted you to be? That vision he had, innocent, ambitious, 5-year-old you, it's a lot better than where most people are at now, isn't it? Think of 80% of people close to you. The real number is probably higher. Does their day look something like this? Drag themselves awake at 6 AM, frantically get ready for work, survive rush hour traffic, work for 8 hours to make someone else richer, come back, slouch on the couch scrolling through TikTok. These are good people, nice people too, most of the time. But all these people are where they are because they never found something that they enjoyed doing, something that fulfilled them. And they accept it. They settle for a mediocre life. Most people die at 30 and are buried at 80. Get a piece of paper. Think of at least 5 things you've always wanted to do, no matter how impossible or ridiculous. Write them down. Here are some of mine. Astronaut, child actor, pro gamer, cardist, YouTuber. Find people you admire. Study them. Socrates, Plato, Alexander the Great. What did these people all have in common? We remember them as these wise, stoic legends, people blessed by the gods, but they all shared one common trait: a mentor. Someone who has gone through the ups and downs of life and distills all he's learned in the form of personal advice. Also, isn't it kind of funny how the professors in universities teaching business don't actually have businesses themselves? Because if they did, they won't just be a professor, right? They'll be like millionaires and stuff. Remember that piece of paper with your dreams? Pick one and devote an hour every day to learning it. Read books, watch YouTube videos, find people who succeeded and reverse engineer what they did. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and that includes parasocial relationships. I spend at least 2 hours a day devouring content from Iman Gaji, Dan Koh, Ali Abdal, Hamza, Alex Hormozi, Dale Carnegie, and many, many more. You can probably pick up bits of their style and mentality in my writing, or in this case, place, the video, yeah. These are all people who are where I want to be in some way or another. These are my mentors. And after hours of listening to them, I subconsciously implemented aspects of each of them. The entrepreneurial spirit from Iman Ghachi, the personal niche from Dan Koh, productivity tactics from Ali Abdaal, the brutal honest truths from Hamza, a business mindset from Alex Hormozi, and social skills, believe it or not, from Dale Carnegie. Find people who are where you want to be, learn what they did, then do what they do. Try new things. You might be tempted to give up the moment you start. You envision your friends laughing at you as your journey crashes and burns, and they say, "Told you so?" No, your brain has encouraged you to quit your dream, pick up bad habits, go down paths you don't enjoy, so why listen to it now? You never know if you like something until you try. I'm not saying to ditch everything and become a Fortnite streamer. Don't be dumb. Lol. But seriously, set aside a certain amount of time every day to try something new and stick with it. Only you know if you gave it your all. Go to work-related events. Work for a successful person for free for 2 weeks. Ask for advice. This will likely require you to step out of your comfort zone a bit, but it's like a rubber band. It needs to be stretched in order to become elastic. And if you don't stretch it enough, it'll snap. Don't stop learning. Imagine you bought a lucky draw ticket for $5. Sure, it costs a bit of your money, but for a chance to win millions, you think it's quite worth it. The lucky draw is life. The ticket is an idea, a dream that you think is your passion. The only difference is you get infinite tickets. If that's not the winning ticket, just take another and another and another until you win the $1 million. Or in this case, until you find your dream. There's always something new out there, something that will interest you. Always consume content and information of those who made it, and you pick up something you didn't notice before. Back to the Mr. Beast example. Many people see him where he is now. 200 million subscribers, giving money away, multiple charities, but no one knows where he started. No one watches all those videos. Bet you never knew that he started with Minecraft and Call of Duty commentary. Just keep going. Yeah, this again, the cringe cliche advice that everyone gives. But let me explain my perspective on that. You have something only you can contribute to this world. I've tried roadside sales, become an ambulance medic, tried high ticket sales, worked in a hotel, and started different forms of content creation. Gonna be honest with you, I haven't 100% found my purpose, but I'm a lot closer. I found out that I love making works people enjoy. Yeah, like this, even though it takes many sleepless nights and barely anyone sees it. Back to my dream of becoming an astronaut. If I had pursued it, I might have been the one to discover some epic breathing method that allows human beings to survive in space. But we'll never know. You might be the one who solves world hunger, but if you give up on that dream, if you settle for some lame job you dislike, the world will never have a chance to experience the gift. The gift that is you. Wow, I teared up a bit writing that. But that's my first newsletter. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, whatever. If you didn't like it, leave a mean comment. I'm new and I could use the engagement. Above all, I hope you benefited from this. I hope that the silly neurons firing in my brain, all the little shower thoughts, came up with something that you could benefit from, that you could learn from, that positively impacted you. Win at life. You got this.